Welcome, FNUSA57 here. Once again, I am back on my Xbox One to continue the how to master every single escape map in the game. So, today we are on technically episode 5, and this is going to be the very hard maps. So we will be covering 6 maps. Depending on the player, these maps may be considered hard to extremely hard. It just depends on your experience level. There's been a disclaimer I've had in each video that is, even if you follow our exact team comp, pathing, skill cards, there is still a chance you can fail. There's a tremendous number of variables in escape when it comes to all of the really annoying things. Anyways, there's different seed sets, there's different enemy pathing, and sometimes the game just malfunctions. With that being said, shout out to my friends Nasty and Bearded Metal for helping me out with this, and we will be starting off with the map Lethal Engagements. So, for this particular map, you can see we are running a Marksman, Nomad, and Anchor. There are obviously multiple team comps you can do, and it's really personal preference, but this map focuses on you have to do headshot damage. The reason for that is the modifiers are lethal enemies, so the enemy damage is increased significantly. Heads up, where enemies take less damage from non-headshots. It's basically 90% reduced damage if you don't get a headshot. It's ridiculous. And then more health, vampiric enemies, ultra stopping power, faster venom, and shock rifle drones, as if everything else wasn't enough of a pain in the ass. For this particular map, standard card comp for the marksman, exploit weakness, modified long shot, ambush, long shot handling, and explosive crit. For the nomad, standard setup, concussive rounds, execution shield, menace, phase, and nomad armor. And then for the anchor, pretty much standard setup with Bolt Hawk Bandolier, Bloody Shot, Adrenaline Junkie, Crazy Tough, and Venom Resistance. Thankfully, there is an adequate amount of ammunition on this map. However, it still can be challenging because you really can't afford to miss your shots, and sires are ridiculous. So keep that in mind. If there is a sire that is about to grab you, roll away, let it hit you and down you, as opposed to letting it grab you, because if it grabs you, your teammates will not be able to melee it off of you in time. It will kill you.
Bomb is set.
This map is ridiculously annoying, but at the same time, it's not as bad as some to come later on this list. So there's a few enemies. There's always going to be 2 enemies. As to what they are, it's going to be random, but you might have a sniper and a drone, 2 snipers, 2 hunters, a sniper and a hunter. It's really random. Ideally, you want 1 sniper and 1 hunter, and then your anchor grabs the ammo, or grabs the 2 weapons and grabs the ammo for them. You can sneak up on these enemies, but unfortunately, they have already been alerted.
Bring it, bro. Dead sucker.
Trying to conserve your rounds in the beginning, especially if you have the seed set that we have, is ideal. We have the heavier sniper seed set, which is honestly okay due to the fact that we are playing 3 classes that use snipers, so.
Weapon spotted.
That's a hammer burst. I'm not going to grab that.
Nice.
And then in this room, you have ammo. You'll have to figure it out. There is a Marksa. There's a bunch of flash grenades. There's another long shot. which I might as well grab the long shot for ammo.
some ammo.
I was at 4 long shots. Now I'm up to 13. That marks as... I figured Nasty was going to pick that up for the Nomad, but it's up to you. I don't care either way. It's personal preference.
Nice.
That's a Grenadier.
Bring it, bro. You sucker. You like that?
We got 2 Grenadiers.
There's a grenadier.
I'm feeling it now.
1 sniper, no drones.
It's right behind us. Go. Beautiful. Good night, sucker. Sniper.
We can push that last sniper.
Learn that from my shite chef Uncle Donald. All clear.
Alright. I got 14 rounds, so...
Let's not be spread out for too long, eh?
There's another hunter. Hunters do a ridiculous amount of damage. They put you down in like 1 shot.
Ah, so this is what contributing to society feels like.
There's still 1 hunter left down there, but I already killed the Buzzkill Scion.
Time to be a bullet sponge. Here's a weapon.
There's a Marksa if anyone wants it. Alright. I'll just hold on to that for now.
Ready to go. Here's a weapon.
I have 11 rounds on my long shot at the moment. And I gave him 6 rounds.
Beautiful. Here's a weapon.
For anyone wondering why we're having to communicate more, it's simply due to the fact that if you try to give someone ammo when their ammo is full, then you'll waste your ultimate, so you have to be careful on that.
The venom's catching up. Move it.
You sucker. You like that? Elite couple. You sucker. You like that?
Cover me!
I hate shock chain. You also have to coordinate and sort of call your shots.
Spotted a hunter!
Well, your 2 sniper classes need to coordinate and call their shots.
Lock and load. Look ma, no face. She's loaded.
And of course, the Venom takes that little, like, shortcut.
It's not good. It's the venom.
Now, it is possible to 3-piece and then execute an enemy. So you don't have to worry about that. Even though you won't do any damage, it is possible to go ahead and get that whole 3-piece, get the stun, and then execute.
Sniper.
I'm reloading!
Come on.
We've got a shot. I am in.
God damn it.
Come you sucker.
There's nothing I hate more than having your shots miss because of flinch or because of an enemy just like wiping their eyes. So I wasted way more rounds than what I should have at that point. should be some long shot because I've got 7.
I'm taking this ammo.
Alright, I'm here.
I totally missed multiple times on that Scion, which is not good. I got 7 rounds. Well, I had 7 rounds for the long shot, but you know how this game is. You can't share until you go through the other section and get into the safe room. It's yeah. This game is something. And then you gotta like pause and unpause it so you can see how much ammo you have left.
See your signal. You're close to the surface. I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the door to open before you can share ammo, which is kind of stupid. There's another Marksa, 2 more Marksas and a flash in the closet. I've got 36 rounds in the mark, so the only thing I need is long shot.
Take some ammo. Exit's open.
Lady, let's go.
Have some ammo.
Alright, I'm full. You want me to wipe this section with my alt?
Oh, yeah! Want some? Attack! You sucker like that.
Ah, there's a stump.
Come, try me!
I am loaded. Elite sniper spotted!
No, my alt's over.
Cover me! Reloading!
I think there's 1 elite grenadier in the back, 1 sniper in the stump.
Need medical attention!
Grenadier elite! Yeah! Watch it! Stop!
There's 2 2 flashes on the ground back here.
Flashbang out!
Oh yeah!
Oh, crap.
Hello? Anyone in there?
Apparently flashes just aren't working right now.
Move your ass! Get over here!
Reloading! Make every...
Alright, I'm making my way back to the stump, trying to get close enough to prevent it from shooting.
Nice! Still got it.
You have to shoot the little leeches to get a crit, which drives me nuts.
That's it.
I still have 10 rounds for my long shot left.
Got him. I'll take those.
There's a bunch of ammo in here. I just need 5 long shot rounds and I'm full.
Have some ammo.
Alright, full. There should have been 2 elite snipers that I killed around here somewhere. But this toxic venom is already on us.
Got it. Good.
Careful! Drone elite!
Grenadier spotted.
Cover me! Reloading!
There's so many enemies in this section, it can be difficult to clear them all out.
I need somebody to... Help me!
Oh, yeah.
There's one more elite drone. I don't have a shot on the elite drone. Should I jump down and grab sniper rounds, or... Yeah, I got enough time.
Here's a weapon.
Stocking up.
Now we're talking.
I just grabbed 2 crates. There's still a bunch of ammo down there. There might be another flash. I only seen one that I picked up. But we have to get back up these ladders before the venom just, instantly kills you on the ladder. Which is another annoying modifier. Or not really a modifier as much as a mechanic. I don't have my ultimate back yet. It's almost back.
You're dead now, so shut up. It's a hunter!
Doctor's orders! Hunter! Reloading!
Claws. Pain in the ass.
I'll take this.
Alright, I got rid of the Scion. The claws with the shock chain ensure you go down on a single hit.
Gotta get some ammo. Wasting a Scion.
Oh, no! Help! Help me up! Help me up!
I got you, nasty.
Gotta reload.
There's a claw left somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Look, ma, no face. Here's a clean sweep.
There's some more M-bar on the ground and a drop shot if you guys want it.
I need all the ammo I can get. I am here.
I am good to go.
Come on, move it.
Right, that's all of us. And let's finish this.
Take some ammo. Come on, you want some of this? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got nothing. Usually there's... Well, the last few times I ran this map, there was usually a few extra enemies, but apparently not this time. That's been happening to us a lot. Final enemies just not spawning.
Oh well, that's that.
That's how it's done.
Well, that's how you master lethal engagements. Alright, for our next map, we will be doing The End. This is also a very annoying map. The modifiers you are dealing with are shielded heavies, more health, more lethal, much shorter ultimates, ammo starvation, regeneration, and Iron Man. Probably the best team comp for this is the Infiltrator, Nomad, and Tactician. There are, of course, multiple team comps that you can use. Standard card setup that we just had for Nomad, standard card setup for the Infiltrator with custom Nasher, Blood Resonance, Reaper, Laceration, and Enhanced Stim. For your Tactician, there's a couple different card comps that you could use, but more than likely Resupply Speed Loader if you're going to have it at level 6, Venom Explosive Resupply, Shredder Resupply Duration, and Recharge Bounty would be the ideal cards. Obviously, if you're going to stay in Venom, you could bring in a Blade Master, you could bring in a Protector, you could bring in a Brawler. It is possible to do this with a Marksman, because there is a guaranteed long shot in one of the rooms, but it's all personal preference at the end of the day. I think this makes it easier with this team comp, though.
This'll ruin that day.
I hate this map so much.
Here's a weapon.
There are 3 weapons in the starting area, including a Nasher and a Lancer. So if you're playing Infiltrator, it's a good idea to go ahead and be the one that ammos up the Lancer. This way you have full ammo or almost full ammo for your Nasher. And then drop the Lancer for the Nomad. You'll probably skip this fan, and it's recommended to skip the room there on the left.
Come here, sucker. You like that?
I will have to pause the game in a moment to change my controller batteries.
Don't let him slow us down! That clock's still ticking! Grenadier!
Thrown down. Nice. That'll work.
You should have enough Nasher ammo, because there's usually like 3 or 4 Grenadiers. You'll probably have about 30 rounds for the Nasher.
Come on, you want some of this?
Ah, good. Bomb will be detonating soon!
If you want, you know, for alt or whatever, you can kill those annoying drop shot enemies. And then of course you have juvies. That ammo room is full of explosives, so the person that needs to go in there is your explosive class. Once we are clear, alright, that should be all the juvies cleared out. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and close that door, though. I got to pause it here, though, and change my controller batteries. Save a second. These things always tend to die at the worst possible time. And unfortunately, the game does not automatically pause when your controller batteries die. Alright, we're good now. There is a guaranteed long shot in this room to the left, by the way, but it's not really worth going in there unless you have a marksman class. I'm going to watch the venom, and when the toxic venom gets about to the fan, I'm going to sprint back and hit that fan to give us a little bit more time.
Drone elite! Fucking soldier over here, boys!
Yeah, I mean, technically you don't have to hit the fan, but it does give us a little bit more working time. It just means that I won't be up here to execute enemies.
Juvie! Got a juvie here! Oh, yeah!
More juvies coming in. Alright, I'm making a run back to the fan. You can use your teammates as a marker on the map. So as long as you can see where your teammates are, you want to make sure that the pre-venom gets to them. And as soon as they're engulfed in the pre-venom, you can hit that fan. That was hairy.
That's right.
Juvie marked!
So we do have a little bit more time because that fan gave us a few seconds just to kind of take out some of the annoying shit. Well, I got rid of one scion.
Took that thrown out. Come on, come on.
Hey, Frosty! Throw me lead!
Nice.
Yeah. The venom will be on us any minute now!
Okay, let's do this.
That elite claw on the right is a pain.
It's done. I'm reloading.
Throwing flashlight!
You gotta be kidding me.
Science spotted. Little help here.
Careful! Throw me lead! Off your arse!
I got the elite drone.
Watch out!
Well, he'll bleed, I guess. Or not, apparently.
Mark.
Thank you.
Let's do this. Exterminate. Going down.
Alright, I got that elite drone out of the way. There might be a couple more hiding somewhere.
Extraction up ahead!
Well, I did kill several elite drones. I guess we got them all. I like it when you get the extra salvos, but
We can't stay here for long! The venom's coming!
you can't control RNG, unfortunately. Alright, we should be good to go now. I still got 18 rounds for my Nasher.
Ah, well, shit. Okay, let's do this. I'm down.
I'm down.
Oh, let's go! Hey, hurry the hell up, man!
Oh, come on, let me out the door, and then I can go invisible.
Made it outside!
Whew, that was a little close. That fear is awesome to have for this map.
Oh, let's
Good
go!
job, everyone. Now let's get the hell out of here.
For our next map, we will be running the Malfunction, which is also a really annoying map. So, best of luck to you on that. There's multiple different team comps and cards that you could use. The easiest is probably to have an infiltrator, definitely a marksman, and then the third, gunner, brawler, tactician. You could use a demo. There's a whole bunch of different ones that you could technically use. It's personal preference at the end of the day. The modifiers you will be dealing with are more lethal, more health, vampiric enemies, shock snipers, regen penalty. The worst one, though, is freezing peacemaker bullets. I don't know if they fixed it, but when I ran it before, I was able to be frozen through my Reflect Shredder ultimate as Gunner, so that's why I don't personally like Gunner on this map. And then there is the Iron Man modifier. Relatively simple and straightforward, though. For card comp, Infiltrator, standard cards, Custom Nasher, Blood Resonance, Reaper, Laceration, Enhanced Stim. For your Marksman, standard setup again, Exploit Weakness, Modified Longshot, Ambush, Longshot Handling, and Explosive Crit. And then for Gunner, well, you're not going to get a Mulcher, so you don't really need that card, but Reflect Shredder, Heavy Capacity, Heavy Charger, Concussive explosives can be swapped out, and instead of the Mulcher Mastery, you would probably want bait armor or heavy deflect. But again, personal preference, it really just depends on the build that you're using and the rest of your team comp at the time. Alright, so once your team is all ready, make sure you're on master difficulty.
Okay, time to find the extraction.
And you go.
Enemy contact.
And then you do have some rejects here in the beginning to deal with. Doesn't really matter who kills them. You gotta run to the back, grab that long shot, which is the marksman that's gonna do that. Then they'll grab one of the Nashers to ammo them up.
I'll take those.
And then the full Nasher will be for the Infiltrator. And there's also Enforcers if you wish to use them. The Enforcer isn't really that great unless maybe you were running a robotics expert, but... And of course you're going to have more rejects. The rejects aren't a bad way to go ahead and get your stim or work on your ultimate, because you can just yank out their power core. There's multiple different seed sets for this. Hopefully you don't have the one with bastions.
Reload!
There's a reject!
Still got it.
There's a dead reject!
And arguably the Peacemakers are more dangerous than the snipers.
Come here, sucker. You like that? We've got a deal.
The DR1s are gonna start coming in.
Another wee victory for the people!
Come on, you want some of this? My toaster could do better. Don't mind if I do.
Reload!
Oh, yeah!
I'll grab one crate for my overkill. Leave that crate for the marksman. There is a retro lancer. There's also a frag grenade. Obviously a lot of M bars. And there's the Marxa. I marked this other ammo crate over here for you, Metal. I can't mark it again, though, because this game is a broken piece of shit when it comes to marking. I don't know how they managed to bust such a basic functionality, but you can smash the mark button 1,000,000 times, not mark what's directly in front of you, and mark a random thing across the map. Hell, on Mercy, you can mark a book. Literally, there's a book on the ground that you can mark. It's ridiculous.
Plenty more with that.
This map puts a lot of stress on the marksman as well, just as a heads up for whoever is playing marksman. I'm not even really worried about anything except for the peacekeepers. There's going to be DR1s coming.
Sniper! Gotta reload!
Your magic! Ammo for me!
Reload initiated.
There's the DR1s.
We've got a heavy set. Hell yes.
Oh, let's go!
What? I wasn't even near that. Okay, whatever.
I'm reloading!
Eat it!
Dismantle them. Pure magic.
I gotta get rid of this sniper because he's just annoying.
Ready to go!
Yes, grab now, boy!
Divide up your ammo relatively equally between marksman and infiltrator, and that's basically about it. There should be a couple try shots on the ground for the gunner if you have a gunner. Obviously, if there's a robotics expert, you can use that. There's also more M bars and stuff up here. That section can be really difficult, especially depending on what weapons the DR1s have.
Safe room secure.
Please proceed to the decontamination showers.
Hey, you mind?
Washing up.
Then in here you have a retro lancer. If anyone wants that, you have more ammo, you have more overkills.
Affirmative.
I think there's 2 or 3 total overkills, and there's an M bar in there.
Warning, warning. Contamination detected. Doors opening in 3, 2, 1.
Time to go!
I really don't like this part, but that's just because flying enemies are always annoying.
Attacking!
So let the marksman initiate combat.
Still got it.
And you just kind of
Damn son of a bitch!
play back, play cover for the marksman. We have a guardian. Guardians can be very annoying to deal with.
Keep us coming to time!
Guardian!
I like the sound of that.
Come on, get off the cover.
Reloading!
Sometimes it's easier than other times to blow the legs off those enemies.
Sniper!
There's a Lancer GL, which is very helpful if you get the flying enemies at the end. And then there should be 2 ammo crates.
That's all of them. My ammo now!
There's a weapon.
I'll grab a few extra rounds. I'm full on ammo as well right now. There's a lot of ammo here.
I'll just help myself.
You can usually get the
Heads up there!
just execution on these rejects, so you don't have to worry too much about wasting the ammo.
Reloading!
And then you have peacekeepers. With enhanced stim, you can somewhat get close sometimes.
Chew on that. Oh yeah.
They suck up you dead, huh?
I'm reloading!
You gotta slide around in the kitchen. This kitchen only serves lead, though.
Weapon spotted!
I know.
Close one. Hey, we're getting split up.
There's more ammo. I'm full on ammo.
Don't mind if I do.
And of course we have the med bay here that never really actually seems to work, but I still press the button every time for some unknown reason.
Ammo marked.
We have plenty of time on the Venom. Once again, let the marksman pretty much initiate combat so that they can hopefully get their headshots.
Gotta reload! Heads up, they're here! Nighty-night.
And then you basically play back and play support for the marksman.
Ha-ha! You nailed him!
Of course, remember that there's a bunch of DR1s, bastions, all sorts of annoying stuff.
Oh, yeah!
Come on, bring it, motherfuckers! Nice! Go back to mopping floors.
There can also be sentinels in this part too, so just bear that in mind.
It's done.
Shepard spotted!
Still got it. Don't wander off for too long.
You don't want to push past this door though, because if you do, you'll initiate the second wave of enemies that spawns. Alright, I'm gonna push out and see what else spawns.
Spotted.
There's a few more dead eyes. I only see those 2 dead eyes though.
Cover me!
Got ya.
There we go, we got the stump version.
We've got a heavy!
And DR1s with salvos.
Lock and load.
2 DR1s in the front with salvos. I don't think we're gonna get the flyers.
Don't cross me.
Stop right there! Spotted a scout!
There's another explosive crate right there too.
Stop!
Lock and load.
Stop right there!
I'm all out.
You gotta watch out for, yeah, it's like 2 every every so many seconds.
Oh, I'm feeling it now. This'll do. Still got it. Oh yeah.
Yep, 2 more just spawned. I don't like this constant spawn aspect. But that's the last of the annoying enemies.
Sweep.
Nothing hiding outside the door.
I'm here. Enemy reinforcements! I'm reloading!
Contact! Over here! Oh well, that's that. Cracked one vile bastard. Hold the door!
I really didn't even need to play this class.
Good to go.
Bangers!
So hungry we need it. Lock and load!
Alright, there we go. Nicely done.
Mission complete! Now let's get the fuck out of here!
For our next map, we will be doing, honestly, one of the maps that is my least favorite in the game, and that is The Line, which also happens to be this week's featured hive. I utterly hate this map. This is one that you have to deal with a army of scions. So yes, I do have a top 1% time. Yes, it's top couple hundred in the world. But that doesn't change the fact that I absolutely hate this map. It is all scions, and you're forced to deal with every type of scion having a special ability. So the modifiers are freezing mulcher scions, more scion health, more lethal scions, shielded drop shot scions, healing buzzkill scions, ghost ice scions, and faster scions. With that being said, there's many different ways that you could actually complete this map. However, probably the easiest way to do it is using a pilot, a brawler, and a marksman. You could also use a tactician, but at best you'll only have a torque bow and a drop shot, so you're really only there to provide ammo for the other classes. It's personal preference at the end of the day, considering you can't get a torque bow headshot that applies bleed, and I mean, frag grenades only do so much damage behind the shield. Gunner does not work at all on this map, simply because of the fact that the freezing mulcher scions take 0 damage from their reflective rounds, and you can be killed through your ultimate. So for this, we're going to use the marksman setup with the supporting pilot. For pilot, you want cold finish, silverback salvo, aggressive armor, definitely the hammer, and then bleeding mulcher. Brawler is pretty much a tackle build featuring torch tackle, inner fire, perk up, damage dash, and instead of all the glory, soothing warmth is more beneficial on this map. And then for marksman, it's the standard one-shot build, which is going to be the same one that I've been using the entire time. Exploit weakness, modified long shot, ambush, long shot handling, and explosive crit. Like I said, there's a multitude of different ways that you could do this map. Instead of a brawler, if you wanted, you could use a protector, because they can bleed outside of venom. But basically, you need some sort of melee class that can bypass the drop shot scion's shield. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Alright, so we just had the weird overlay glitch there where it doesn't actually give us the option to press X on the pod. That happens occasionally. I should mention there's so many different possible setups and seed sets for this map. It is very annoying.
Destroyed from within, huh? Okay.
We do have to just creep at this beginning part, though.
God damn! Imagine the circles on that bastard!
The best thing you could probably get here would be 2 drop shot scions. Unfortunately, we have 2 ice scions. That is the worst thing that we could possibly have. So there is 2 frags, I think, in here. A couple hammer bursts. It's generally a good idea for pilot to grab a hammer burst. There's another one right there. There's a couple ammo crates if you have an anchor or whatnot. And then you have the red crates. I'll grab this other one for ammo, though. There's like 2 frags, I think 3 hammer bursts, the torque bow, and then the ammo crates.
Attacking up!
Cover me! Reloading!
I was trying to freeze that one. I can keep that ice scion in the back frozen. Freeze the one in the front.
Dead, Scion!
Okay. That wasn't necessarily the worst setup. I guess technically that was the second worst setup. The worst setup would have been double Mulcher Scions. There's my drop. Gotta be careful. They usually like to put them... Oh, double drops. Okay, alright. This is actually decent. This is all basically brawler, though. I'll just keep this one busy. Oh, of course, the drop shot went over the piece of cover there. Alright, so now I have my drop.
Death brings you peace. Supplies here.
And now this is the room where you have an M-bar, long shot, all sorts of stuff. I'll take the hammer burst for more ammo. There's more M-bar shots. There's a lot of M-bar marks. Pilot needs to have a rapid fire with high magazine capacity weapon, and then obviously the hammer. We are going to be running through Toxic Venom into a Mulcher Scion. There's no way we're finishing this whole thing without the marksman. That's a restart. I'm not going to be able to get that long shot for you, though. Let me try and get metal out of the egg here.
Let's not be spread out for too long, eh?
The Scions didn't spawn right there, which is weird.
Pure magic. A bad guy on me! Reload!
Weapon spotted.
I didn't have enough time to really get more drop shot rounds, but whatever. Yeah, Ice Scion's behind us now.
Good to go.
Back to it. Scion marked. Hell yes. Open fire. Scion marked.
Hey, Zion!
Another Ice Scion.
Scion flooded.
Oh, he's gonna freeze me.
Incoming Scion. That Scion is dead.
Oof.
Back to it.
I have one drop at the moment.
Good. Got him.
I went in this room to just grab the shock grenade.
Venom's getting close.
There's a bunch of explosive crates in here.
Ah, good.
Alright, I've got a full drop.
I am enjoying this.
There's a couple blue ammo crates in here as well. Just killed everything in that room. Nicely done.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. There's another drop shot here. There's a couple of drop shots. Awesome. Means I can get more ammo.
I like the sound of that.
That's a, at least one of them is a cryo cannon.
Let's do this.
I'm reloading.
Well, the cryo's dead.
Pure magic.
Oh, another one. Some more drops spawned.
Quality.
I gotta get ammo. Where the hell did that drop go? There it is.
Cover me. Reloading.
Firing another drop. That hit. Well, it hit both, but
You want some?
get freeze ugly.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Too easy.
Alright, if someone wants to carry that other drop, I've got 2 in mine right now.
DLC.
Oh, I'll just grab this one then. Alright, I'm planting a shock where they spawn.
Here's a weapon. I'm not picking you up until the evac point is clear. Shut that opening.
Yep, I'm just going back here with the pile of drop shots. I have an extra shock and I have my ult ready.
LZ is still hot. Seal that door and clear out those.
Good to go. I have an entire arsenal of drop shots, so...
Feels like.
Surprise!
Nice one. Reloading. Stay on. No one skunt.
Oof, 3 Mulcher Scions? That's annoying.
Hell yes.
Well, it would be if we couldn't stun them.
Kill 'em all.
I'm not afraid to die.
Good to go.
Oh well, that's that.
Mission's complete. We're done.
Well, I think we made that look relatively easy for a Master's run. Now remember doing this back in the day when you only had Scorpio Squad and on top of that you did it as a time run? Whew, that made you want to tear your hairs out one at a time. Our next map we will be running the Ambush. This map is still frustrating, but not as bad. You have to deal with incendiary juvies, more health, more lethal, ghost pouncers, ultra stopping power, reflective shell scions, and of course Iron Man. There's many different team comps you can do, but what I think is the easiest is Tactician, Brawler, and Marksman. So the cards are the same as what we mentioned before, except for Tactician, I will be using Resupply Speed Loader if you have it at level 6, and then Venom Explosive Resupply, Shredder, Resupply Duration, and Recharge Bounty. You absolutely really need a Marksman and a Brawler on this map. The third class is more optional and personal preference at the end of the day. Alright, so there's several different seed sets that you could get on this, by the way.
This'll ruin that day. Okay, time to find the extraction.
Let's do some inspiring shit that they'll be writing songs about for 1,000 years. You know,
Alright, so depending on what you get, Infiltrator can be really good, but you're stuck and reliant on having the proper enemies spawn. Oh, hi kitty cat. Now, at certain points, there's a bunch of incendiary juvies that spawn behind the players, so that's Brawler's job to take out. There is a guaranteed boom shot, if I remember correctly. The way this pretty much works is if you don't play the class, you will get the seed set with the weapon on it. So I did not play the class that would benefit from a shotgun, and therefore I had a shotgun. It's really wacky.
Weapon spotted.
I'll just grab this boom shot.
Nice one.
So I got my boom.
Give me that.
The juvies are starting to spawn behind us. And then, of course, there's ammo crates. There can sometimes be sneaky enemies. There's the guaranteed long shot. I think there's a couple long shots in the room, too.
My ammo now. Locked and loaded, bro. Almost done. We have to go.
Since there's ultra stopping power on, this can be really annoying.
Time is up.
Venom's out! Let's knock it coordinate!
I do apologize if there's like extra noise and things are a little bit not as clear as they would normally be. I am currently attacked by my kitty cat, so there's plenty of retro lancers in here.
There's a weapon. Good to go.
let's give it a bell.
It's just really so annoying. Between ultra stopping power and then not being able to actually mark whatever it is that you're aiming at, you just can't do shit, which is really annoying. I was trying to get my ultimate here.
Ready. Reloading. Ammo for me. Getting better and better.
Sniper down. Dead. Here's some ammo.
There's ammo. There's a bunch of long shots.
I am enjoying this.
And then if you let the marksman go ahead and snipe all of these things up here, that makes life easier. Like, really easy. And then, of course, you get juvies that like to spawn behind you, which we've already covered. That's the brawler's job. Attack at this point is pretty much just here for support. And there should be a pouncer coming sometime soon. There's a crap load of ammo on this map, so you don't have to worry too much about that. There is a flash, and there should be another frag grenade. I think it's in the next ammo room, though.
Watch it!
They're on me. We got a monster. Come on, you want some of this?
I have my ultimate, so I don't really care too much about wasting one boom.
on then. I am loaded. Ah, good.
You sucker like that! Get moving! Come! Drive it!
And you'll basically go down because of the incendiaries. I hate juvies so damn much. Something a lot of people don't know, they actually buffed the lunge distance on juvies. So now they can lunge and hit you from a farther distance than they could before. There's explosive crates in here, so you can get boom shots back, frags. There is a torque bow. I forgot about that actually. And there's another frag grenade. There's another frag grenade and another torque if someone wants that.
Open fire!
Good shooting!
Come on, you want some of this? Another dead pouncer. This here?
I'll leave that there. Go grab these 2 frags in the back. You could use the grenade if you wanted, grenade pouch, but personal preference. I'll just leave that frag grenade back there. There's also another long shot round, but there's a lot of ammo on this map, so ammo shouldn't be too much of a problem. My grenade did some good there. Now, usually a whole bunch of annoyances spawn right there.
Come on, you want some of this?
Oof, ow. That all the glory hurt.
I am loaded.
Oh, did we get them all?
That's up.
There's usually another set of juvies. I would much rather have the drop than the torque, personally. And of course, there's more hammer burst ammo, but at this point, probably nobody's running a hammer burst. You should be quite a ways ahead of the Venom, so if you want to wait for marksmen to have their ultimate or something, you can. But it's not like you need it right as soon as you exit the safe room, so it should be fine. Nope.
Exit's open. Back to it.
I'll come back for these stupid crates here.
Good to go. Throw him down.
Of course, they just gotta roll out of the way.
I'm reloading.
Good work. Nice. Hardly seems fair.
Alright, now I can go back for the explosive ammo.
Let's not be spread out for too long, eh? Reloading!
Yep, I got a juvie behind me.
Here.
TV spotted! You're mad.
Alright. That was annoying. We'll go ahead and leave a grenade there for anything that spawns behind us.
I think that's it.
Like shopping.
Just like us. Lucky.
There's more frags. Like a number of frags there.
Reloading!
Good to go.
Engaging!
I'll take that.
No, it's fine. I'll just take the crate. I'm good. I got full explosive ammo now and 2 grenades.
Just gonna take this.
Now, hopefully all the enemies spawn where they are supposed to. In this area, ideally the marksman has their ultimate, and ideally the scion does not engage you ahead of time. Unfortunately, this is proving to be a non-ideal run at the moment. Now, of course, you want to have a frag grenade there, because juvies spawn there.
Ready to go.
And marksmen can basically wipe the entirety of the map if they have their ultimate.
Right. Carry on then. Reloading!
Oh yeah. Multiple contacts. Not a good idea. Still got it.
99.
Get some. That's how it's done.
A clean shot!
There's plenty of
Nice.
extra... Oh, yep, that's the juvie that spawned behind us.
Got ya.
There's plenty of extra drop shots, so I'm not worried about that.
Nice. It's done. Scion spotted.
Oh my god, this juvie is...
Gotta reload.
Get off of me! And there's another juvie.
Revive me. They really.
I hate juvies so much.
There. It's planted. Lock and load. Damn.
I'm reloading!
I am enjoying this. Keep us coming to time.
Whew.
Dead!
He just bounced that right off my head. I'll take those drop shot rounds, though.
That road is down!
If this game would work right, then this wouldn't be a problem.
There's a wallop!
I'm up.
Reload!
I've got plenty of drop shots.
Oh yeah.
I'll grab this drop, though, for ammo.
That's how it's done.
We'll just push with the venom, so when we go to defend, I can just boom shot everything. Might as well wait here for the venom, because, you know, this game likes to be a jerk. The enemies aren't supposed to spawn, but, you know, they like to do things they're not supposed to do in this game. Technically, you don't have to wait for the enemies, or wait for the venom.
Have some ammo.
I would rather have my ult be of maximum efficiency at the moment. Venom's almost there. Let me plant the grenades just in case things decide to, you know, spawn when they're not supposed to. God forbid you be able to plant a grenade on the ground. Gotta stand there swinging it around. Alright, I'm good.
Reach the LZ.
Okay, closing the hive. Be ready for anything.
Let's do this! Eat the deadline!
Hurry up!
Look, get to me, bro! You weren't ready for the fight.
This game is just so random as to what stuff does. It's like sometimes it comes out from the direction that it's supposed to, sometimes it just decides to do whatever it wants to do. But we got it done.
Hive's fucked! Mission's complete! We're done!
For our 6th and final map for this video, we will be mastering the Surge. Now, this map has been modified and changed multiple times, increasing its difficulty. So, the modifiers you are dealing with are more filler enemies, more lethal, more health, more scions, more drones, more pouncers, and, of course, Iron Man. There's many different team comps you could use for this. However, I think probably the best team comp would be to use a gunner, an anchor, and a tactician. The card comps will remain the same as before. Resupply speed loader, venom explosive resupply, shredder resupply duration, recharge bounty for tactician. For the anchor, Bolthawk bandolier, bloody shot, adrenaline junkie, crazy tough, and venom resistance. And then for gunner, there's multiple different comps that you can run, but you definitely want reflect shredder, heavy capacity, heavy charger, and concussive explosives. The last card should not be Mulcher Mastery, but it is personal preference. There's a ton of stuff that shoots at you on this map, so even though there's no ultra stopping power, I don't think that a brawler is ideal. And you're relying on getting grenadiers for an infiltrator to be good, so this one can be kind of frustrating. You could make use of a blade master though if you waited in venom, but again, personal preference at the end of the day. I wish you the best luck in doing it. Alright, now keep in mind that this map used to be insanely easy to master, but the Coalition actually went in and modified the map, editing out paths that you could take. So, this is just dumb, honestly. I would recommend that you wait for Gunner's ultimate before you press forward, but make sure you're on this side of the door in case you accidentally get blown up by the venom bombs. Now, both Gunner and Anchor have relatively fast ultimate recharge speeds, and I do have recharge bounty on, so that'll make things a little easier for the rest of this hive.
Bomb will be going off soon. Keep the pace.
Juvie spotted!
Reloading!
Bomb's about to blow! Attacking them!
We're gonna use these juvies to allow people to feed their ultimates. Think of these juvies as ultimate food.
We got him. Got one here!
And then you stack up on this wall and let Gunner just hopefully get both of those scions. If not, it's going to be really intense. I don't like Gunner because there's this update that they did made it so that a lot of times the enemies will stop shooting you or wait to start shooting you until your ultimate is over. So like I said, bear that in mind.
Got a scion! Scion spotted! Whoa!
Lucky me!
I'm down!
And of course, with the increased damage, you basically go down with a single hit like that. I picked up a hammer burst. There's a couple mulchers there. I mean, technically there's a number of different cards that you could use. Try and grab one of these. Or not, because it takes so long to mark a target. There's a hammer burst on the ground for whoever needs one. Stop rolling away from me, you little juvie. Alright, I have my ultimate.
I am enjoying it. Will be useful. I'll take that.
There's my boom shot. There's actually 2 boom shots. A whole bunch of retro lancers and flashes. I was saving for frag grenades, but I'll carry flashes for now.
I am enjoying this. It's on me! Come on, bring it!
Perfect time to use an ultimate.
It's done.
And then let Gunner get the kills.
Surprise.
Bunch of supplies here. Let's not let them go to waste.
There's another explosive crate, but I've got a full boom shot. There's tons of explosive crates in here. I'm full on explosives, sadly.
When you bring it, bro? That venom's getting close.
Stocking up.
Yeah, we're waiting for the salvo. Well, trying to get the salvo, that is.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, a weapon!
Are you
Let's
blind?
get up!
The venom will push the enemies from the right side and the left side towards us, so. Or at least that's what's supposed to happen.
Come on, made it.
But more often than not, they'll also die and you won't be able to get said salvo, which makes life a lot harder. If you don't have the salvos, it makes it a lot more difficult.
Venom's here!
Nope, that salvo scion died.
Here's some ammo.
Beautiful.
Mine now.
Nah, both salvos died to the venom. That's majorly unfortunate.
Get out of the venom!
It's possible to do it without the salvo, but it is a hell of a lot harder.
Keep moving if you want to live.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both salvo scions are dead. I think everything's dead at this point. The entire map is engulfed in toxic venom. We're not getting a salvo on this run.
This'll do.
That's the RNG that I was talking about earlier. You can do everything exactly the same 100 times, 101 time. It just decides it's going to be different. That's what makes escape. I mean, it makes escape interesting, but it also makes escape extremely annoying.
Warning, warning. Contamination detected. Doors opening in 3, 2, 1.
Back to it, people. Oh yeah. Bad guy on me!
Oh, and the worst part is right now, none of us have our ultimates
Oh yeah.
because we failed past the door. So, wow. There's so much about this game that they just completely fucked.
Back to drone elite!
We succeed! You suckers stay down now.
Quality. Oh, God.
Found you.
Trying to get my ultimate ready.
Elite Hunter marked!
Incoming slow.
If I can get my ultimate and a torque bow, it'll be a lot easier.
Oh!
But you know how getting your ultimate is when the game steals it from you.
Nice shot!
Drone elite!
Even though you have a much faster melee speed, these drones are something else.
Down.
Watch out for that popper.
Juvie!
Now I'm angry.
I don't think that popper dropped a grenade either. Unfortunate.
I am loaded.
Drone elite marked.
Drone elite spotted!
Let me try and get this reject so I have my ult.
Elite spotted!
Incoming flashbang!
Almost have my ult. Oh, there's an elite grenadier here on the left coming in.
Scion! Bring it down!
No dying.
Alright, I have my ult.
Another dead Scion! It's done.
Next.
I do not have a torque bow yet.
Juvie spotted! Cover me! Reloading!
Lock and load.
Yep, still don't have a torque. Awesome.
Juvie! Juvie spotted! Quality.
Elite Hunter marked. Drone elite spotted.
kind of want to be able to get their salvos.
Watch it, stay on! I'm reloading!
Strike one, dude.
Mark the Scion!
Oh, and there's a flash.
Watch it, Scion!
We're not going to be able to get to that salvo. Fudge.
That Scion is done!
Juvie, spot.
Oh shit, that's a popper.
Back, Papa! Healing grenadier! Oh, look who's so dangerous!
Ah, well, shit. We got 'em all.
This game loves to shaft us. Popper behind us.
Nice.
Reloading!
Come on.
That's Scion history.
Tag the pouncer.
It's done.
Extraction up ahead!
Clean sweep. Going loud. Scion flooded.
Reload!
I got that Scion marked. That's a salvo Scion. Tossing a flash.
That Scion is done!
Got the salvo. Using my ult.
Here's a weapon.
I'm not picking you up until the evac point is clear. Shut that opening.
Whew.
Still
This map, honestly, they turned it into a bitch. Like, this map is crazy.
Is this the mission or what? Close that door.
Please stop.
That's how it's done.
But at least we got it done. Hopefully anyone else who's running this map doesn't have the same agony that, you know, we do. And RNG is a little bit better to them, because that's exactly what this map is all RNG. But I got a copy of Shredder Rounds, and that's the 6th map for the day. So we only have a couple maps to do on the last part of the video, and we're done now. I do hope that everyone has enjoyed this video series, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to help you guys out. Do me a huge favor, smash that like button, and of course subscribe for more content. That greatly helps me grow my channel and get the videos out to more players that can benefit them, or benefit from them, I should say. It's been a long-term goal of mine to finally get to the point on YouTube where I reach my first play button. Unfortunately, to do that, I have to reach 100,000 subscribers, so if you can help me out with that, I truly appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you again soon for the next episode, where we will master the absolutely ridiculous maps that pretty much just make you wish that they were never added to the game. Until next time, keep those Lancers clean, but most importantly, my brothers and sisters, thy Legion, stay frosty.